I'm from Ireland, and I left home when I was about 18 and went to London to do my nurse training with a group of friends. Trained in London, spent quite a number of years working in London, and I suppose from an early career I was very much in a critical environment. I spent my very early ward areas, a couple of months in a ward, and then I jumped straight into an ICU unit. And I suppose my first experience of an ICU was a very busy cardiothoracic transplant unit in London, which was probably not the ideal place to be as a very novice ICU nurse, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really excelled in the challenges and the learning environment and how much you can learn in an ICU environment, and that continuous learning, but also the fact that it's such a privilege to work in ICU as a nurse, because you are caring for patients that are their very most vulnerable time of their lives, and you hopefully can make such an impact as a nurse caring for them and their families. And there was a lovely team working in ICU, and that really does make your day a lot easier when you're having to work with and care for really sick patients, and where you have to be at 100% every time you come into work. Our typical day when we come into work is our priority is to look after the novice nurses in ICU and help and support them at the bed space clinically, and hopefully give them the skills and the knowledge to be able to care for a patient and develop that high standard of nursing that we all want. But our ethos is to make sure that we also develop that compassion and that respect amongst our young nurses and novice nurses, because that they are in a very privileged position having to look after an ICU patient and their families in that bed space on a day-to-day basis. I enjoy the challenge of developing a young nurse and supporting the nurses within the unit and equipping them with the knowledge and skills to do the best they can to care for that patient and understand what they're doing at the bedside. And that's probably why I like and I enjoy the SDN role. I work alongside a group of SDNs, and I certainly don't do this job by myself, and we need a team to be a success. The nurse unit manager within the unit and the associate NUMs within the unit, there's a very good rapport between the education team and management team, and we work really closely together. And that really helps in your day-to-day work in ICU. You have to have teamwork. I'm really privileged and honoured to even be nominated and to have won 2 awards. I'm just speechless. I'm completely speechless that I have, and I still don't believe that I've won it. It actually hasn't sunk in yet. Yeah, it's a very, very rewarding career. It can take you many, many places in the world and in many, many different areas within the healthcare system. It's a very versatile career. It's very, very rewarding. The impact that you have on patients and families, and especially in ICU, is very, very rewarding.